first time I heard it, it came through my wall. It was so faint I almost ignored it, but it sounded like a woman crying. Not screaming, not yelling, just quiet, controlled crying. And it felt like it was coming from inside my house. That night I was on the couch, half watching TV and half scrolling my phone. For maybe 5 seconds, I heard it again. I muted the TV and listened. Silence. Nothing. So I told myself it was the show, or the neighbors, or the pipes, and I went to bed. The second night, I had my friend over. Beers, couch, game on TV. Nothing serious. At one point, I turned the TV off and said, "Wait, did you hear that?" He stared at me. "Hear what?" I said, "Bro, I swear I keep hearing a woman crying." He laughed. "You're drunk or paranoid, probably both." And yeah, maybe I was. So I dropped it. But the third night, I couldn't let it go. I went to bed early. No TV, no music, no wind, no rain. Just silence. And right when I was about to fall asleep, I heard it again. Same sound, same softness, like someone trying not to be heard. I sat up and listened, and this time I knew I wasn't imagining it. I got out of bed and walked through my house. Living room, nothing. Kitchen, nothing. Bathroom, nothing. I even stepped outside for a second. The sound wasn't out there. The second I walked back inside, I heard it again, closer, like it was hiding. That's when I found it. One wall, the shared wall between me and my neighbor. I pressed my ear against it and heard faint whimpering, like someone had been crying for hours. So I knocked. Once. The crying stopped instantly. I froze. Then it started again, quieter, weaker. I knocked again, harder. Still nothing. Then my heart started doing that thing where it doesn't beat faster, it beats heavier. I knocked again, and something knocked back. One knock from the other side. My whole body went cold. I backed away from the wall. Then I heard it. A muffled man's voice, aggressive, angry, sharp. Then a bang, like something hit the wall, and the crying stopped completely. The next morning I couldn't focus on anything, because if I ignore this and I'm wrong, I look stupid. But if I ignore this and I'm right, someone is suffering right next to me, and I did nothing. So I waited. I watched. And when I finally saw my neighbor leave, car gone, silence, I knew this was my window. I went straight to the wall, grabbed my drill, and drilled the smallest hole I could. Not big, just enough to see through. The wall gave way easier than I expected. I put my eye up to it. At first it was just darkness, with a faint light somewhere far back. Then something moved. A shadow coming closer, and suddenly, an eye! A real human eye staring straight back at me through the wall. I jerked back so hard I almost dropped the drill. And then I heard it. A whisper right against the wall. "Help me." I leaned in and whispered, "Are you okay?" And she whispered back, "I've been kidnapped." I stepped back and called the police, my voice shaking. I told them, "I drilled into my wall and there's someone behind it. She's alive, she's trapped, and she's begging me for help." They came fast. I heard them storm my neighbor's door, shouting, footsteps. A few minutes later they pulled her out.
It's okay.
Pale, barefoot,
You're safe now.
barely standing, but alive. Sometimes the worst cries are the ones you almost don't hear.